Welcome back. This is still Culture Daily. Just gone by was a conversation with Kuvi and, of course, Spacely on Match Mania happening here tomorrow. But I have been refreshed this morning. You can see by Bella Kwa. And after talking and buying plenty, I needed to, get myself refreshed and get myself back in the groove as a rager and a raver and a crusader and a Gen Z by force and all of that. God help me.
It's anti-bar.
It's anti-bar.
Yeah.
It's the only water that has sugar in it.
Yeah.
Sucrose.
But it's always nice. When I was growing up, it's always nice to have your neighbor visit you.
Of course.
Because
of course.
Back then, we didn't have all the high fences. Still, when your neighbor visits you, it's good news because they are bringing you something nice.
Which
and in this dispensation, you wait. In this dispensation, hey, your mind has gone far. If they only need something with Olele.
Everything with Olele.
Did them ladies wear the tie letter plus stone they throw them over?
But there's good news. Like I said, when your neighbor visits you, it's definitely good news. And our neighbor from across the streets, if you know 3 Music HQ, you know that we are sharing the streets. Yeah. It's not a building, it's a street that we share.
Afunya
street. We are sharing with Boomplay. They are neighbors across the road, and they are here because there's good news. There's some beautiful collaboration between them and Ghana's biggest telecommunication network, MTN, and they're going to tell us all about it. Also, the conversation that Kuvi and Spacely had about the back end stuff. No, they are working. You remember when the guy came here the other day? I kept saying that he gave us figures. I said that's at the back end. Then he gave us figures that it's not at the front end. No. So they are at the back end.
You don't hear anything again.
Yeah. Oh, I hear back end. I don't hear anything.
I will like back end.
Hey, thinking of the fact that I'm the only female here, and this man I'm talking about.
Show, but they break 9:30 by now. They break. Hello, senior. They break. They break. Cake or cocoa by now. It's too late. They break. Carbohydrates enter your system.
So let's introduce our guests, our neighbors to you now. So we have Yaldan, who is the head of content and partnership at Boomplay, and then Paul Azuma is a PR manager at Boomplay. You're welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Please, as much as possible, don't mind my brothers here, okay? Oh. Sometimes, when Jeffoli is here, he misbehaved. Now he's left the button, so they have to share the misbehavior. So don't mind. But we love you, so you're welcome.
Thank you for having us.
So we're going to start a conversation on the back end stuff. These young men who just left the studio talk about tightening your back end. You have to tighten your back end stuff. You work with a lot of back end, and I'm sure a lot of the artists listening to them have heard tighten your back end, but we want to have some more knowledge on what it is to tighten your back end. You want to start on that note before we go into the partnership with MTN?
Right. So, So tightening your back end, I think it starts off by signing off your publishing split sheet in the studio. So the moment a song is done, what you need to do is first off sign off your publishing split sheet. So with the music, there are 2 assets with the music that generate revenue for you. That's the publishing, that's the composition, and the sound recording. So your publishing split sheet actually tailor towards your publishing earnings. And should in case you are not getting an advance for whatever works you are doing in the studio, then that means you need to sign a sound recording split sheet. So now the sound recording split sheet is what you see at the front end. So when you go to your streaming services, Boomplay, and you see the 2 million plays, so the revenue that is generated from the 2 million plays are split according to the percentage that are signed off on a sound recording split sheet. The publishing split sheet takes care of the mechanical and the performance, like Kuvi said earlier on. So anytime you sign off this documents, you publish this document with your distributors or with your collective management organizations, i.e. BMI, he mentioned, PRS, and the wonderful Gamro. So you...
I like that. And the wonderful Gamro.
Gamro is wonderful.
We're not going to that.
We are not going they are very effective.
More fire.
I mean, when you sign off your publishing split sheet, you need to go to Gamro and register this split sheet with Gamro.
Right.
So anytime the song is being played on radio, on 3 Music, 3 Music TV, it's played in malls, event grounds and all that, Gamro collect all these royalties and they pay off to the songwriters. And bear in mind, this royalty goes to the songwriters.
Okay.
Songwriters and the composers.
Okay.
You understand? Because most of the times you have people writing songs for other people to perform. You know, so if you are in a studio and you are writing a verse, you are writing 2 lines or whatever, you need to sign off your publishing split sheet. So anytime your song is played or is being used publicly, royalties are collected and you receive your earnings on that. And the sound recording is from the front end. And there are other earnings too that even those who are performers of sound can get, which we call the neighboring right.
Okay.
So with the neighboring right is the digital form of your performance royalties.
Okay.
But that goes to the performers. It doesn't go to the songwriters and the composers.
Okay.
You know, so when you have these 2 important documents signed, which is your publishing split sheet, and should in case you guys are splitting the revenues on your sound recording, you sign off that. And most importantly, Kuvi said it, you need to sign off your artist agreement. So your artist agreement details the role that everybody plays on the song. So if like you're a contributing artist, I need to sign a contributing artist agreement with you. I need to tell you this song you have to post on your social media so that we don't come and like we get these complaints all the time. Many artists AI on one post still social media.
So it has to be on the letter.
So you need to sign an agreement. You need to sign a contract. So if we put out this song, you post on all your socials. You do this, you do that, and from that maybe I'll give you an advance of 1,000 CDs, and out of this advance I'll give you 25% publishing rights, and you sign off these things. Everybody sign. You give that to your label, you give that to your distributors. Then you put that in the system, so that at the end of the day, you don't come back and say, "No, one posty, one yesi."
Yeah, that was the swing. Now Usher Mike now carry on.
Yeah, one posty, one
Anyway,
yesi.
you know, one of the biggest things, you know, that happens when it comes to streaming, and we have that conversation, we've had it here, is data. We always talk about the fact that people who we want to stream, do they have access to data? How affordable is data for them? And you know, how much of data are they willing to spend to stream music? So music, people will want to hear the music, but they'll wait for it to play on TV, they'll wait for it to play on radio because their data is important. So data is becoming life, you know, and so they don't want to stream music with their data. And so for me hearing that there's a partnership that will make the accessibility, you know, of Boomplay, you know, being properly assessed by everybody. The data, you know, the brief actually talks about data. You know, it says the making music streaming and download more accessible and affordable to its users. So the 2 for me is a big deal. First, I'll be able to access. Second, I'll not cry about data. So it's a great partnership and it's good news for us. So I'm sure a lot of people want to know, why did you approach MTN? Why did MTN come to you? Has there been numerous complaints about, you know, how inaccessible or how expensive data is by your streamers?
Okay, so first off, about the accessibility, you know, MTN is one of the leading telecommunication organization in the country, and so it was important for us to actually align with them because they have a huge subscriber base. Then also we are also looking at the fact that we need to be more inclusive in terms of people coming into the whole streaming like ecosystem, because that's what is actually driving the music industry currently. And so MTN offered like a very good pathway for us to have a lot more people coming into the whole music streaming culture or music ecosystem. So that was one of the reasons why we approached MTN. Secondly, accessibility also for us because we have a catalog of over 90 million songs on the Boomplay platform. And so by that extension, we are making available this catalog or this content to users or consumers essentially. And so it's a good thing because our platform is a legal streaming platform. Unlike probably illegal streaming platform. And we know illegal streaming platforms do not order war for the music industry because artists lose revenue, content owners are not able to get their royalty that is due them. And also it also creates chaos within the music ecosystem whereby it tilts revenue like stream parts for like content owners. And so this actually informed why we went with MTN to ensure that we are accessible to a large base of users, and also when it comes to the affordability because we are rolling out 2 products, the subscription products, which gives the content access, like it gives people access to the content. Then also the data bundle product, where you pay a small fee, and then you get data. The data enables you to stream on Boomplay.
So it's more like a subscription tailored to Boomplay. Is that it? So I subscribe with a certain amount of with some data, but it's just really for me to be able to stream music on Boomplay. Is that what it means?
Yeah. So especially, and also the reason why it is so is that you are therefore saving costs, because the normal regular data that you'd actually use to stream music would have been more expensive than this package MTN and Boomplay are actually offering you. So, for instance, if you were to subscribe to the Boomplay daily subscription, which gives you 500 megabytes of data, you just have to pay 4.5 cedis.
Oh, wow.
To get for that daily.
That's in 4 cities, 50
50
pesos.
4
pesos.
cities, yeah, 4 cities, 50 pesos.
Wow.
Then 13 cities, 50 pesos gives you a weekly subscription, which is weekly access to the 90 million songs. And then you get a data of 1 gig. Then if you want to go for the monthly option, you pay 30 cities, then you get a monthly subscription, which is monthly access to Boomplay, all the content on Boomplay. Then you get 3 gig data bundle. So that's for the data packages or data plan. Then for the subscription, we have 2 cities for daily subscription, just daily access to all the content on Boomplay for 2 cities, then 9 cities for weekly and 70 cities for monthly. So this in a nutshell, all this is doing is that we are trying to reduce costs for consumers in order for them to stream, and when they stream more, artist royalties also increase. Also more reach, because like we said, accessibility. The more we have a lot of people in the basket, the more we are opening up the audience for our artists. Exactly. So that's the basic idea for that.
Is your platform the main advantage to the user in terms of experience? Because MTN has had partnerships like this in the recent past. I mean, I wouldn't want to speak of your competitors on air, but I'm sure you are well aware. Yeah. And there were certain learnings from that with regards to, one, its lack of fruition as intended, and then also 2, patronage from the expected consumers. I want to know how you intend to mitigate these same hurdles, because I think the consumer base hasn't changed much, even though MTN still has that vast consumer base. On your back end, are you seeing enough stats of listenership on a monthly basis, and are those stats aligned with, because I mean MTN is the leading telco, but that doesn't mean everybody who is on your numbers of Boomplay is on MTN.
Yeah, because I was even going to ask why MTN and not the others.
So I want to know how is it that majority of your people who are listening to your streams on Boomplay, is enough of a number that at least 70% of our people be MTN. So this makes sense. And then also, why this over any competitor? Is your interface going to change in any way to integrate better with the MTN services? Do we have any cross-app parallel, whatever? Because there's an MTN app as well, and I think there's MTN Music already. Or
Music Time.
Exactly. So I want to know if there's any hybrid integrations there, and then also how you're doing things differently.
Okay, so MTN is not the only partner that we've actually had this collaboration with. We already rolled out the Airtel Tigo.
So it's not exclusive.
No, it's not exclusive. So we've done for Airtel Tigo. So the whole thing is to, like I said, give more accessibility to all the country, because telecom infrastructure forms the basis of the whole digital economy, essentially. So with subscriber base, we need as much people as possible coming in. Yeah. Boomplay does at least a minimum of about 1 million to 1.5 million daily activities within the app. And with this comes different people on different telecommunications, subscriptions. And so definitely I understand your concern about the fact that whether it's going to change, maybe it's going to impact in terms of numbers. Definitely, it's as to what extent it will all maybe take time, and it will, definitely we have a lot more people listening on Boomplay who are opting for the freemium subscription or freemium model. Now the core idea for us here is also to convert some of these people to become premium subscription subscribers by doing so, it helps in also the revenue that can actually be generated, so that more royalties can be paid to the artists.
So your premium subscription, is it tied into any of this MTN packages?
Yeah,
That's what. Okay.
that's what this is
Okay.
about.
So
what
taking it from the free to offer the premium experience at a subsidized rate.
exactly that's the whole that's the basic of that's the basis of everything. So in essentially what we are actually doing is that for the premium subscribers, right? You are no longer going to see the ads that you see if you are a premium subscriber. You get it. So no ads at all. You have absolute access to all the content on Boomplay. This is because for the premium subscribers, they have some limitation, because some of the content are from certain platforms or certain country who do not want like the premium. Exactly. Because based on the revenue or whatever they want to get for their content. So I'm really excited about what this offers for our music industry and how viable, because we need some of these viable initiatives happening within our ecosystem, so that it drives more investor relations, more investor contributions within the music industry.
Do you have any big players on this, pushing this, evangelizing this message?
As in the artists themselves?
Yes, the artists, because I mean they benefit directly, right? Their fan base is directly interacting with them here. So just playing devil's advocate, do you have any of the big names looking to push this with you?
Yeah, so we have a few plans, a few things in the pipeline. Basically, that will be rolled out, especially from next year, based on the artist relation engagement that we actually had. We've had very great relations with our artists, and so it's not something that is going to be a difficult thing for us to actually do. So definitely there are plans to do that. But for now, the main thing is to drive the messaging and then work within the platforms first. So MTN will be handling their side of their marketing within their space, and then we will also do ours in-app. So,
well, I'm just listening to all this, and I know it's great and everything, but how are you guys making your money? How are you making your money? Because it's all great. I mean, we may not get the opportunity to hear from the Apple Music and the Spotify because of other syndicated syndicated companies they have. That's obviously good. But Boomplay, you're in Ghana. I mean, to be very honest, some of our artists don't even see Boomplay like that. They rather want to see their names or their songs on Apple's top 100 in Ghana, top Nigeria. How are you guys making your money in all of this? Because it's great for the artists, but for you on the receiving end, what are you guys seeing?
Okay, even first off, I think honestly, maybe it's a played narrative that maybe the artists don't see, because the artists are actually seeing the relevance of Boomplay and how
they're
much
not seeing it.
They've seen.
Okay,
you get it, and also how much effort we actually putting into
to get them out there.
The whole spaces, the whole music space, where we are offering a lot of promotional platforms and assets for them. Essentially, the streaming business is I had a conversation with you sometime.
Yeah, I know you had a conversation. I wanted to just put it out there.
It's sort of weird or a bit strange. Basically, it's a lot more asset based than say you getting revenue into the whole business.
Okay.
First off, a lot of the streaming platforms, so especially even the new ones like Boomplay, we started virtually in 2015. It's operates with a model of setup model, basically, because you need investor funding in order to actually roll out the business, because essentially you are getting content from content providers, and then you are monetizing this content for the content provider, and you are having a revenue share. Our space actually doesn't have it good compared to maybe say in US or other developed markets. A lot of people are not paying subscribers. You get it, and so you need investor money that can actually roll out certain this kind of business. So a lot of what we have has been because of our investors. They've actually projected for a long period. They've done projections, so they've invested money for the business to actually operate. It's just like how you have now the commonality with this ride-hailing apps
Like the Uber.
As of 2015, when I was in school in Dubai, it was already like at its peak there, but there was nothing virtually happening in Ghana. And so imagine someone coming in at that time to invest and doing the background. It's a exactly. It's a long game, exactly. So it's a long game that has been played, like, and we are just fortunate to have us in the system where we are sort of like the
pioneers,
basically the first people within the streaming market. So it's a future thing. It's not a now thing. Right now, no, even the established streaming platforms are not even actually telling that they're making money from their.
How do people get on Boomplay? You know, sometimes it looks to me as if there is some particular kind of artists that Boomplay works with. I drive around town. I saw Akwabwa on the Kawakudi stretch yesterday. I think I saw somebody else as well somewhere. I think I've seen Sinaso also on one of the billboards and all of that. And it looks to me, and there's been Black Sherif also on one of the boards. And I'm like, which people does Boomplay accommodate? If I was an up and coming and listening to you, am I one of your target audience? Can I just freely walk into the Boomplay office? How does it work?
Anyway, so Boomplay works with every artist. So every artist can walk into our office and have any kind of conversation with us in terms of content promotion for their releases. So how can you get on Boomplay? Basically, you go through distributors. So Boomplay, we don't do direct upload because we pay royalties on every play that the content produces on our platform. So you would have to go to a distributor, i.e. Uprise, which is local in our markets, High Vibes, 1RPM, Ditto. Those are local in our market. They have reps, they have offices here where you can go and have conversations with them. Internationally, if you want to work with the DIYs, TuneCore, DistroKid, or the major distributors like Empire, Africori, like Kuvidem mentioned, you would have to go through these companies. That's how your content gets on our platform, because we have license agreement with all these companies. Based on the royalties we will pay of every stream on the content. So that's how your content can get on our platform. So when your content is on our platform, then you can walk in our office and tell us, oh, I have a release coming next week, and this is what I'm doing around the release. Most of the time, people walk in our office is like they don't really have any marketing plan. They come in and they feel like Boomplay is like
drive the plan for
Boomplay is your marketing company that you go there and they help you with your promotion. But what we do is we look at your marketing activity and we just amplify and plug into whatever you are doing. So let's say if you are releasing and you have a media run in a week, I know I have to schedule my content promotion in that week so that I can make you much more visible on the platform. So just as people are hearing you on radio and they are seeing you too on the app as well. You know, so it's just basically what you are doing, we just amplify it from the streaming side of things. So yeah, that's our model of operation. Quite simple, easy for everybody. That's how come we've had this year like that. We've had big songs like Last Made, Friday night just came in. We saw what Black Sherif has been doing, did from last year, what he's been doing. So all this is what it means with Boomplay. Like your numbers can be, we can help grow your listenership, audience for you, not because we are artist A or artist B or artist C. The moment we know that people are reacting to your music from the back end, like my bosses used to say, back end, yes, from the back end, obviously we will give you all the support that we need to give you. Because we've seen artists where we didn't have their song on our platform. Because we have this system where people actually use our app as a music player too as well. So
I do actually.
You do, nice. So we collect all those data.
Any ads like him yet, so
So we collect all those data. So all those data. So at our back end, I can see that you are listening to this artist. Maybe we don't have that artist content on our platform. So now we go out and like, who is this guy? We look out for the artist. We reach out to them. Yo, bro, why don't you have your music out here? You know, I remember 2 years ago, our wonderful global superstar Black Sherif is one typical example when we saw his song Money flying high from our back end. So we just reached out to him and through that we linked them with the distributor. We got the song on our platform. That we started with the promotion, and today he's hitting 2 million total plays on our platform.
Now I like the fact that you talk about the streams because there was this milestone you guys often celebrate, which is the Golden
Club.
Golden Club. Talk to us about that and why it's a big deal for any artist.
Oh, okay. So essentially, within our ecosystem, right, we are so much focused on also improving the streaming culture, and so we feel just like how we were having back in the days where maybe someone has hit this milestone in terms of
Black
sales.
yeah.
Exactly. We just want to replicate that and also just throw light on the achievements of the artist and also by extension offering him like PR, but they actually use this as part of their PR rollouts and all that. So that was one of the key reasons for the celebration of the milestones for the artist.
Now, before we go, let's ask how one subscribes, to this partnership with MTN. I think we've talked about it all through, but we've not talked about the direct ways to subscribe.
My phone.
You want to take your phone and
So-
start the star something.
Yes. So for now, all you need to do is to just once you download the Boomplay the app, right, and you're on the Boomplay app, you have it on banner, you have it even within your account. Like when you go to the account section, you have the whole MTN Boomplay displayed there, where you just need to click on whatever which of the subscriptions you want to choose. Just need to click on that, and then it will take you directly to.
Oh, okay. I think I see.
Get data and premium benefits. Enjoy Boomplay.
It's there.
Yeah, you see. So when you click on it, you can see.
Okay, when you say view more.
Yeah. It opens and you see the various subscriptions you can see from down to bottom.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so you just have to purchase them.
So basically, you need to just have the Boomplay app, and all the details are there.
That's it. And yeah, you just have to buy airtime via mobile money, which is connected to the platform essentially. So.
All right, this sounds really good.
The data is only available for Boomplay's app.
Yeah.
So if you take 3 gig, it's not 3 gig for your phone.
No.
For Snapchat.
Please
note.
the reason being that like regular data would have to cost you more. You get
To
it.
stream that is normal.
To stream that, so that's why we are actually doing it so that it's tied to Boomplay and it helps you to stream more than you have used your regular data to.
Well, guys, before you go, I just have one more question. The artists often come here and we ask them if they're making money from the streams. You are the guys at the back end. Are they really making money from the streams? I know you can't speak for Spotify and the rest, but from
He wants you to take his calculator again.
and how much does Boomplay
The back
pay?
end people are here.
Yeah, yes. We ask them. Are you guys paying or
Definitely, we are paying royalties on every play that the content generates on our platform.
Oh, he's giving political
It's the
answers.
political.
No, definitely. No. Oh, serious. No. Listen. No, the reason why, because we get this question most times where everybody's like, "What is your royalty rate?" and all that.
Yeah.
Because the reason why I can't put out like a very figure because it's based on different license agreement we sign with these distributors and the labels that we sign agreements with. Because if a major label like Universal Music, license all their catalog with us, definitely, Universal is the biggest among all the labels.
the highest share.
So their royalty rate will be different from probably what a Sony or a Warner will negotiate for. So I can't say we pay this rate, but definitely know that if we were not paying good rates, we wouldn't have these major
We'll have this
labels.
conversation again.
These major labels, these major distributors, licensing their content with us. No, you should know that. Like we wouldn't have the empires, we wouldn't have the Universals, all licensing their
Anyway,
content.
we are pressed for time. That's all time we'll allow you. Thank you very much to the
Thank you.
Dan,
Thank
who
you.
is the content and partnership lead at Boomplay, and Paul, who is a PR manager at Boomplay, for coming to share on this partnership that you've got with MTN. And on that note, thanks to all of you who made time to watch us on 3 Music TV and listen to us on Plus 89.9. My name is Miss G. I've been here with Cyril and Olele. Up next is the leaders of the new school. You're going to be hearing people like Camido, Black Sheriff, Joey Boys in the Soul, and all of the people who make this new school a new school, wherever it is. Have a good morning.